Meetup was great last week. Yes, indeed, man. Good to meet you, Truman. It's 3 a.m. here. I love it. That's what's up. 3 a.m. in Germany. That's dedication right there. Appreciate you kicking it with us at 3 a.m. That says a lot. I feel honored. Yeah, so let's kick it off, man. Let's share some wins from the community and see what producers been doing inside Sync Producer Hub. So we had so many wins the last time we were live. I didn't even get a chance to go through all of them. So like I went back like a couple weeks to try and catch some wins that we didn't catch. So Tim Bird has a couple wins, as you can see here. So here's a life lesson. Check your spam folder. Checking spam uncovered an acceptance email from a new library. He says, hey, Sync Producer Hub fam, I submitted a 10-song playlist, Dark Intentions, Dark Suspense, to 8 libraries August 21st. Like I always do, I submit it, then forget it. That's a principle we live by. I received a response from one library who loved what I had, but they already had a playlist in that genre being released. This was Sunday, August 24th. No sweat. I already knew that libraries have checked out my music because I received the stats. I noticed that some of them listening were in other countries and had listened to it the same day I submitted several times. For no reason, I decided to check my spam mail today, August 25th, and sure enough, Spider Q's responded. They loved my playlist and felt that I would be a good fit for 2 of their libraries. Not only that, the email reply was sent the same day I submitted to them on August 21st. Just to think if I never checked my spam mail. So if you learn anything from my ignorance, check your spam mail like you check your inbox. You never know. Keep submitting and keep patience as your ally. That's a win. Shout out to Tim Birdman Pro in the building. What's up, Quantum Sounds? Welcome to the Sync Producer Live. It's your first time. Give them a round of applause, everyone. But man, listen, money be sitting in that spam folder sometimes. You got to check that thing. Yeah, you got to check that spam folder. For whatever reason, you know, stuff just ends up there and it's like good stuff. So lesson learned there. Check the spam folder occasionally. It may not be every day, but keep an eye on it. You never know what's in there. Placement in an episode of Love After Lockup. I was going through my ASCAP account to see if I made any noise and saw that I have a placement in an episode of Love After Lockup. This placement was from a library that I've been a part of for a few years called DL Music. The track was created and submitted February 2024. The placement was in the same year. That's one of the fastest placements I've seen so far. Although they're not accepting new music submissions due to rebranding and expanding their creative opportunities. Here's a link to their submit page just in case. And then Sync Producer Hubs get the Sync Producer Hub members get to click on that. Keep submitting. Don't give up. That's super dope. Another win from Tim Bird. Let's go. We got Cleo. Just launched his music website. Been putting in a lot of work behind the scenes to get everything sync ready, playlist, bios, clean layout, all that. So we got some members in there giving them some feedback on that. Super dope. Shout out to Cleo. He's been in his bag sharing music on the live music reviews, which we're doing a little bit later tonight. So make sure you stick around for that. We're gonna listen to some dope music. I'm excited. So yeah, so we caught up on some of those. Level 6 in the building. I see you. Truman, shout out to Truman. I just got 2 more tracks accepted in the Tune Edge. I'm super excited about seeing progress. Let's keep getting these W's. Let's go. Shout out to Truman getting those wins. Frying Beats, from closed door to open discussion. Oh shoot, let's read this story. So it says, back in February, I followed up with a publisher who had shown some interest in my music, but at the time, they told me not to follow up again. Yo, that was brutal. Like, it was like, yo, just don't even follow up, fam. That's crazy. He said, honestly, I felt like the door was closing, rightfully so. Right? I would have felt the same way. Like, yo, that door is gone. Even though they showed interest, timing wasn't good. Fast forward about 6 months later, I decided to reach out once more and ask what kind of music they're looking for right now. This time, the response was much more encouraging. They confirmed I'm officially on their schedule for next year and mentioned how much they love my work. Even though I'll still have to wait a bit before starting something new with them, it feels like the door has reopened and I know what type of album to work on for them. Definitely a reminder that patience and persistence can pay off in this industry. Have a great day, y'all. That is huge. So a lot of people would have took that as just a closed door, keep it moving, and not like reach out again. I mean, because they literally told my guy, don't follow up again. But he did anyway. And it seems like he took a different approach. He basically asked them what kind of music they were looking for right now, because needs change all the time, right? So you may reach out with a certain style of music and it literally may just be a timing thing. Like they just don't have a need. They have enough of it, or, you know, just may not be a lot of projects in the works. But following up, you know, and asking what are your current needs could reopen that door, is what we learned from this Frying Beats situation. So shout out to Frying Beats, man. He turned that thing around. Now he's back on their radar, and he gave us this nice little winning GIF here. That's epic. So let's go. Shout out to the win. Shout out to Sync Producer Hub members. You guys are crushing it. I love to see it. It's inspiring. Let's keep it going. We got Marcel Bosi, Cincy, Ohio in the building. What's good, Ohio fam? Says Michael over at Taxi mentioned that about checking the spam. I've been doing that. Yeah, 100%, man. That spam folder, you never know what's sitting in there waiting on you. We got Rich back in the building from New Jersey. Recently got into my biggest project yet. I'm in the pitch process for a big global car campaign. Not allowed to tell which exactly, but it's one of the German car brands. Let's go. I love it. Yeah, man, hopefully that works out for you. I know those car campaigns are huge. So yeah, man, keep us posted on that. I love it. Yes, patience is definitely everything. Yeah, exactly. Hilarious. So yeah, man, hit me with your questions. For Sync Producer Hub members, you guys have that member only special link in the calendar if you want to be brought up on video or audio to ask a question. I'm about to open up that line now if you guys want to come up. Otherwise, you can just type it in the chat, and then we'll talk about it in the I'll read it, and then we'll talk about it in the chat. Either way. But yeah, it's been a pretty productive week. I've been mixing for the most part this week. Mixed a couple records, had some revisions for an album that I'm working on. So that is moving. I think I have maybe 5 more records on that project to mix up. So I'll be going into that, working on trying to finalize details on another project that I'm like 2 tracks in. So just waiting for that to finally go through, so we can like double down on that. That should be fun. Jason Dowdy says, I check my spam folder, nothing but spam. Yeah, mine is definitely mostly spam, but occasionally I'll get something cool in there. So yeah, mostly mixing and fighting with audio interfaces as of like 2 days ago. So that's been fun. You know what I struggle with? One thing I struggle with, man, and it you know, it takes discipline to like get over this, but I'll be in the middle of a project and then inspiration will strike, right? And I want to start a completely different project in a completely different vibe of music. But I don't necessarily have like the bandwidth to start that because I'm in the middle of like 1 or 2 other projects. So it takes a lot of discipline for me to like ignore what I want to do sometimes and like just lock in and finish the stuff already started. That is a challenge for me, man. Especially after listening to these darn live music reviews every Friday night. I listen to music, I'm like, oh man, like I want to create some stuff like that. You guys inspire me a lot. And then you know, I'm just like, okay, no, I gotta get back. I gotta get back focused. Let me double down. Let me knock this other stuff out first, and then I'll get back to it.